Welcome back to another episode of Law Firm Success Story. Now, today we have another great guest on. Now, there's a couple of things that I really liked about some of the highlights of her story that she shared. She started back in 2016, and even through COVID, being able to quadruple and to be able to have a full staff. Now, a lot of law firms know just being able to find the people to fully staff your firm is a success story within itself. But we're going to dive in and we're going to talk to Eileen Kendall about her story. So, Eileen, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Eileen, can you tell us a little bit about what your firm looks like today and like what you're excited about your firm? And then we'll jump into the backstory.
Yeah, so as we sit today, I have a full physical space of a full bottom floor of a small building. We have 13, including myself. I have two attorneys, one being myself, one post-bar clerk that just took the bar and is waiting his results. So hopefully I have another attorney. We have three paralegals, and then I have my COO, and then the rest are administration in different forms. Like I have two intake people, I have an executive assistant, we have a receptionist. So there's 13 of us.
Wow. Awesome. Now, I want to jump into the backstory a little bit because we know that's probably not how it started. So let's
Right.
go back to the kind of what made you start the firm and just how did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I opened our doors October 1st, 2016. I had worked for three firms prior. One, I spent my first 8 years. One is a blip that I have post-traumatic stress for about, and that was 1 year. And then prior to going out, I worked for a defense firm. We did foreclosure defense work. And I had met my now husband who had a small child, and it was about time. Being under the clock and having somebody constantly, why are you not billing? Why are you not billing? I started to do just some figuring, and if I billed this many hours at this rate and there's no overhead, I'd make this much money, and I didn't really have to work very many hours versus slaving away for somebody else. So I had started thinking about opening my practice in about January of 2017, but some things happened and it got pushed up, and I left in September, got married on September 23rd, and opened my doors on October 1st. So at least I know my anniversary year is about the same. And it was just me in my home office at home. We gutted one of the rooms and put up a full office. And that's how I started. I was renting like one of those by the hour spaces so that my mail would go like a Regis. So my mail would go there. And if I had to meet with clients, I could pay by the hour.
Nice. I love it. Happy belated anniversary on the marriage and on the business.
Yeah, it makes it easy. I don't have to remember too many years. And like I said, that was in 2016. And over, I have a good reputation in the community, or connections in the community. So I started getting business fairly quickly, and started doing some speaking and things, and just going out into the community and real estate firms, at real estate offices, I should speak, because my practice is related to real estate and working with real estate professionals. And my business grew steadily over the years. And then I got like a virtual paralegal, and was doing that. And at the time of COVID, it was just me and a virtual assistant. And a predominant part of our practice is eviction work. And we're in California, and we're in Los Angeles. And if anybody had read any of the news, COVID put a stop to everything. There was eviction moratoriums, and there was lots of things preventing landlords from doing anything. So I was sure my business was going to tank. Oh my gosh, it's over. Surprisingly, I think it was a quadruple that year. COVID hit in March. By July, I was getting physical space because I couldn't work from home anymore with all the background noise and husband, kids, neighbors, whatever. And yeah, we just, and then that we then hired a paralegal, and we hired an intake specialist, and we have gone from a small business to a multi-million dollar in revenue business.
Nice. I love it. I think that is so amazing, just to, like I said, to hear at a time where you probably, most people would have thought the firm would have to close its doors because the type of work you do just wasn't there. But somehow a bunch of work came in. Now, During that time in 2020, did you shift your focus or was it a surprise of the same type of real estate work that came in?
Yeah, so it got so complicated that they couldn't manage it themselves. So landlords were calling on consultations, and then it was going through like the different cities and going through and seeing what we could do. And one thing, I love litigation. I love figuring out a way to move forward. So we would find ways, and then I would analyze the law, and the laws would change slightly, that we were able to start prosecuting evictions on things other than non-payment of rent. So the cases shifted in the sense that they were problematic tenants that had criminal activity, hoarding, things that you could move forward because it was a health and safety issue. And then understanding the law well enough and to be able to explain it so that they could do it without thinking it was too risk adverse, because there was like loopholes, like the tenant had to prove that they really suffered those financial distresses. And I would have a call, they're a trust fund baby. They're not going to be able to show that this is caused by COVID. Let's move forward. Where other firms were really scared, I think, and weren't pushing things forward.
Nice. I love the way that you really just focused on finding a way to just help your clients navigate a tough situation that they were in.
Yeah.
So now, if people are hearing about this and they're coming across people, they're like, hey, I know people in California that are having real estate challenges. What's the best way to direct them to find your firm online?
Yeah, so my website, it's kendallaw.net, but info@kendallaw.net as well. We have a good, robust intake firm that they would explain how to become a potential client, how the consultation goes. We do sometimes do direct hires, but the best thing is if you navigate to the website, there's a link for contacting us, and that would direct you to the intake team.
Awesome. Well, Eileen, thank you so much for coming on. I know we try to keep these stories short, but now you mentioned about doing some speaking. Are there any other upcoming speaking engagements you have where people can hear a little bit more about your story?
Yeah, so the speaking I do is in our local associations for realtors, some local real estate offices. I don't have anything other than right now I did launch a video project where it is if you have somebody in California that is looking to do an eviction for a non-payment of rent. It's called Eviction Essentials. It's $750 and it's a video. It's about 17 videos that walks people through the various forms and steps required to be able to try to do it on yourself by yourself.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And could they find that on your website as well?
I believe so. I think under resources, there's an opportunity to click on a button that will take you to the launch page for the video.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Eileen, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being a guest on the show today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Law Firm Success Story, sponsored by the TL Turner Group, where we focus on making accounting and finance simple so that you can focus on more success for your law firm. Follow us online and visit us at tlturnergroup.com/law firm success to see more episodes of the Law Firm Success Story.